welcome back to an action-packed Sunday afternoon. Today is the day. It's the day of the finals of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. For you who are just joining us, what is the Distance Battle? Due to the restrictions of travel with COVID-19, we have come up with an online format, the first time in worldwide that this has happened, where the riders have had 2 months to record 5 minutes of their perfect heat. It has to be a consecutive recording where the judging panel of the GKA will then score them on certain different categories to see who will claim themselves the champion here of the distance battle. The boys and the girls of the strapless discipline, we saw the quarterfinals on Tuesday and those semi-finals on Thursday. Now today is the day. It's Sunday, meaning it is the finals coming up very soon here on your screen. I'm Josie Ashler, broadcasting live, and let's have a look at that elimination ladder so far, as we're going to be starting off with the girls. Okay, here we can see we had semi-finals between Charlotte Carpentier and Camille Delano. Camille going through to that final and Charlotte into the small final. Carlo Herrera going up against Michaeli Sol. Michaeli Sol taking the win in that in the semi-finals, and Carlo Herrera who's going to be going up against Charlotte Carpentier. So first heat coming up on the water on your screen today is going to be Charlotte Carpentier versus Carlo Herrera. These two ladies are the reason why Strapless Freestyle in the women's division was started to occur. They pushed the envelope. They made the start of the revolution, and it is great to have them here joining us for this small final. So coming up, we have Charlotte Carpentier coming out of Saint-Quentin, France, 29 years of age, 48 kilos, 161 centimeters. She is our vice world champion, and she is sponsored by Core. And then we have our reigning world champion, Carlo Herrera, hometown of Tarifa, 29 years of age, 54 kilos, 167 centimeters tall, and she is our champion worldwide of 2019 season. She is sponsored by Ocean Rodeo, Brunotti, Limit Wave, Sector No Limits, Quabafin, and Kite Fun Tarifa. Both of these girls have been on the top and both sides of the podium. They've always been fighting it out in between each other. Unfortunately, today, Carlo is not going to be able to join us for the interview before the heat. But coming onto my screen now, we have all the way from Cabo Verde, just arriving today, Charlotte Carpentier. Charlotte, good afternoon.
Hey, Joe, good to see you.
Yeah, really good to see you. Charlotte, every time we do an interview with you, it's in a different country. Now you've gone from France and you're back to Cabo Verde, but I can understand it with that beautiful location, eh?
Yeah, just arrived a few hours ago. But now it's super windy. It was super windy today. We haven't got this wind this summer, unfortunately, for the distance battle, but now it looks like the season is hot.
So Charlotte, as we've been mentioning in the few heats before, we could see that you didn't have as much the best conditions you wanted to record. But one of the things with your riding is you have the experience and you're super technical. We've even looked and seen some innovation there. How was it to be back on the strapless freestyle? As we know, Cabo Verde, you've been surfing a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. Like I was waiting until the last day to get some suitable condition, as I said the other day. So it was a long wait, and I was like trying to get some good condition. But we had like 15 knots, I think, and I was trying to make some innovation to try to do something new. But
well, it definitely looks like you did, and it's always hard, and especially, I mean, the person you're going up against in this small final is a very good friend of yours, Carlo Herrera. You girls, as I was mentioning before in the interviews, you girls, you started the revolution. You were the people that really pushed the strapless freestyle on the women's division from the beginning. You yourself, you've won best tricks back in Portugal. How was it, coming from the very beginning of the sport with the strapless? What is it like to see the progression you have seen throughout the years?
Yeah, it was amazing to be part with Carla and the other girls to this evolution. Now it's improving a lot. The girls are like just killing it. I saw the double front from Capucine. It's really, really nice. And the young girls are just improving a lot. So it's really, really nice.
Well, they're there, and one of the main reasons is because you guys started it off. Charlotte, I wish you the best of luck. I hope the jet lag isn't too big. Enjoy yourself in Cabo Verde, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.
Thank you, John.
Bye, Charlotte. Good luck. Well, there we have it. That is one of our champions going into the small final. She is going up against Carlo Herrera, that unfortunately couldn't make it here for the interview. Both of these girls, as I mentioned before, these were the initiators. These were the movers of the Strapless Freestyle Revolution a few years ago. Let's see who comes out with the win of small final number 1 of the women's Strapless on your screen.
Hey, this is Charlotte. We are here in Kite Beach in Cabo Verde. The wind is pretty light today. We have between 12 and 16 knots. I'm using a 10 and 8 meter Nexus.
Hey guys, Carlo Herrera here. We are here in Tarifa at kilometer 90. Conditions right now are a bit light, but it's gonna pick up soon. I will take my 7-meter crate from Ocean Rodeo and let's see how it goes because I didn't train too much the last 2 months. Stay tuned.
Well, there we can see the shackers to start off there from Carlo Herrera. On the right, Charlotte Carpentier. On the left, looks like she's unhooking there. That would be a bit of innovation. Air on the right-hand side there from Carla. What has Charlotte got for us? Because she has unhooked. Pop to blind, unhooked. Nice to see a bit of innovation. Good to see the girls pushing it a bit there. Carla, very, signature start for her of the heat. 397, the judges giving her a little bit of an extra. You can see the wind is quite light on the left-hand side. Look at the difference in the white caps. Charlotte mentioned she did have quite a difficulty when it came to the conditions in Cabo Verde. And on the right-hand side, we can see Carlo Herrera there just touching with that back loop board off. Quite close to the water, needs to get a bit more height, but still nice and controlled. Lands on top of a board, gets the numbers on the scorecards. This is what it's about. Consistency does pay off. Nice little pop shove it there from Charlotte. Again, unhooked. She's mixing it up. It's great to see the girls starting to get into that unhook movement. Beauty of a back roll, no grab on the outside. Charlotte equaling it, just coming off of the crash. Look at this one from Carlo. She gets the chop, puts the board towards the wind, makes sure that the board sticks to her feet by the positioning, comes down with the land. That's why the judges had liked that with that 5.0. Does look like she's got a little bit more wind on the right-hand side there. Carlo in the beautiful Straits of Gibraltar, my hometown of Tarifa. And then we can see Charlotte Carpentier, if I'm not mistaken, probably out at Kite Beach, the location where we had the first championship of the year here. Looking forward, hopefully, to being back there very soon with Jo and Giada. What an event, what a start. Both of these girls going for a small final of the Strapless moment. Okay, Carlo on the outside. Charlotte putting a little move out the back. Hard to see. Let's see what she came off of the... Okay, a little tic-tac. Once again, you can see the wind, but still mixing it up. She's got a couple of air tricks, adding the handle, well, the handle pass, the unhooking there. We want to see the girls unhooking to start to see some handle passes in the future. It's amazing the different level of the girls now, how they are really pushing that envelope and going for the moves. We've seen the youngster Capucine double front roll. Nice pop to blind there from Charlotte. Just shy of that front roll, kind of landing 270. The judges are definitely going to make the difference there, and it will add to her air category. Nice front roll board off there from Carlo Herrera, 433 on the scorecards. And here we can see there, adding in there for Charlotte Carpentier. Looks like a nice little bit of a wave there at Kite Beach. Once again, one of the nicest locations we have on tour. It's where we initiate our season. Started off there this year, 2020. What a year. It's going to be one to remember, ladies and gentlemen, with the worldwide situation. But we were fortunate enough to go there, have some fun, and get the first event of the Strapless Tour on bed. And now here we are with the GKA Distance Battle 2020. It's all about reinventing yourself out there, especially with the situation worldwide as we have. So nice to have the family under one roof again. And Carlo Herrera looking to improve on that front loop board off score, but not quite getting. She's already got a 317 and a 5 for that back roll. Here we can see gets it around, just swivels it, but it looks like the tail caught a bit and just landed a little bit too front foot heavy. Charlotte, again, a nice back roll off a little bit of a whitewater still. You can really see the difference in the conditions out there, but still She's hit the 4 categories, got 4 scores on the board. Again, in the lead as so far, just coming up on the last minute of this heat. Small final of the ladies on your screen. Unhooking one more time, Charlotte, what she's got for us. She's starting to utilize these moves. Tic-tac. Pop, shove it, unhook there for Charlotte. Look at that, 357. The judges liking the mix-up. Once again, it's great to see people innovating, pushing, and trying to push that envelope further and further. We have the Vice World Champion and the World Champion on your screen, jumping at the moment there. Front row board off, she's looking to improve that score, but Carla has only 2 categories so far. She's going to have to hit another category if she wants to take out the young French women. 477, so improving over that 317, so that is another category for her. She's got the air, she's got the back row, and now she has that good score on the front. Very close in between these ladies. Let's see who will take the win. Final seconds of the heat, 15 seconds left. Small final of the strapless women. On your left-hand side, Charlotte looks like she's going to go out and try and get something off of one of the little bit of the chops. Will she make it in before the buzzer? 5 seconds left. She does tic-tac. Just unfortunately comes off with a crash, and Carlo looks like she didn't get another maneuver there. Great action from both of the girls. Small final number 1 of the ladies strapless. We knew with both of these riders, they have been up against each other so many times. Really pushed the level of the strapless freestyle on the women from day number 1. And we knew it was going to be close. But before we get into the action, let's have a look of the moves that made the difference with the video highlights. Okay, here we can see, unfortunately, there's a little bit of a mistake with the graphics. We apologize for this. So that was a tic-tac there from Charlotte. Here we can see that pop to blind there. So also another good move there for her. This is that back roll off of the lip. And here we can see that pop, shove it, unhook, mixing up the innovation there. We do apologize for the graphics there, guys and girls. Okay, here we can see the air from Carla. That is her key opener. Nice little bit of a floaty float over the Straits of Gibraltar. Big back roll, no grab. Very nicely executed there from our world champion. And here we can see that front roll board off. Keeps the board together very close so she can get those feet back on quick enough. Well, those are the moves that made the mark. Those are the ones that hit the scorecards of our judges. Let's see who is going to take that third position here, the GKA Distance Battle 2020. And it is Charlotte Carpentier, edging out by 12.97, 0.04 of a point. We knew it was going to be close, but whoa, that is down to the wire. Let's have a look at the scores. We can see she's got a 397, a 383, 243, and a 273, hitting all 4 categories. This is the crucial point in this heat. And then we can see Carlo Herrera, 317, a big 5 for that back row, and a 477, just unfortunately missing out on that 4th category. And there we can see Charlotte Carpentier taking the advantage, and she is our winner of the small final of the distance battle. Once again, Charlotte hitting all categories, mixing it up. Great to see the girl starting to unhook. She's a very technical rider. We could see the conditions were hard. It was quite light out there, but really good to see her performing there. And I know coming onto my screen now, our winner, Charlotte, is going to have a big smile. Charlotte, welcome back.
Hey, Joe. Hi again.
Hey, congratulations. Great riding. I'm liking the unhook.
Thank you, I'm super happy. So the next objective is to try to pass the bar. It's difficult, but not impossible, I guess.
I definitely know if it's coming from you, it's not going to be impossible. No, great riding, Charlotte. It was really, we could see it was tough conditions. We know it was very light. You know, you're a light rider, and I know you were out on your 10-meter kite there. But, you know, to utilize and mix it up, in the end, you know, you've been a competitor for a very long time. It's about getting the scorecards. You hit all 4 categories, did enough to get the win. And, hey, 3rd position overall, GKA Distance Battle 2020. Big congratulations. How does it feel?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jo. I'm happy because it was like light, it was hard, but we keep trying until the last day to try to film. I was at the beach like every day waiting for the wind to pick up, and yeah, it was hard this summer, but super nice, a good experience, good thing because it's pushing us to try some new thing, to keep trying to compete and to keep, yeah, it's nice.
Now it's really cool to see the family back underneath one roof and to finally, even if it's digitally, to all be back together and in competition mode. A big congratulations to you, third position. I wish you a very nice time in Cabo Verde, as I know you've just arrived there, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
Thank you, Ju. See you soon, and I'm looking forward to get back to the real competition too. Ciao, see you soon.
Absolutely. Take care, Charlotte. Goodbye. Well, there you have it. Third position, the winner of the small final, Charlotte Carpentier, just made her way to Cabo Verde. She is happy, and I would be happy if I was over in Cabo Verde as well. Great riding from her. Before we go through to the next rounds, let's take a look at the overall ranking of the women's side of the competition. Okay, so there we have it. What a way to start off the day. Small final number one, Charlotte Carpentier taking the win. And coming up very soon, we will see that big final of the women. But before we do so, let's go to this short commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, it is D-Day, final day. What a great way to start off the Sunday afternoon. The girls and the guys of the strapless discipline battling it out for the podiums and the win of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. I'm Josie Ashton, and we are now going to be moving over to the small finals of the men. What a heat we have coming at you, as all of the guys have been pushing the level, and throughout the last 6 months where we haven't been able to travel, over the social media we saw some of the riders just absolutely going nuts and really improving the level and taking this strapless discipline to new heights. What are we going to see here? It is the D-Day, it is finals. First coming up, small final number one, but before we do so, let's take a look at that elimination ladder. Okay, here we can see the guys going out on the water next are going to be James Carew and Mitu Monteiro. How did James have it to make it to that small final? He had to go through Pedro Afonso, the young Portuguese, in heat number one. And then, unfortunately, in a very close heat, coming up against Camille Delano, took a loss, but now he has a chance to fight out that third position in our small final. Mitu Monteiro edge past Willow Tonkin at the very last buzzer with a beauty of a back roll board off. Very closing moments of that heat. And then up against Pedro Matos, it was very close in between them, but the young Brazilian edged past. So that means coming up next, we have James Carew, Mitu Monteiro in our small final. Let's take a look at their stats. Here we can see the young Aussie James Carew from Melbourne, 21 years of age, 90 kilos, 180 centimeters tall. As we mentioned before, he is the winner of the only event we've had so far out in Cabo Verde, one of the most complete riders out there. It doesn't matter if it's waves or strapless freestyle, this boy has always got a smile and just wants to push it to the next level. He is sponsored by Duotone Irons, Sun Good and Quabba Fins. He is going up against none less and none least than the legend himself, the initiator of our strapless discipline, Mr. Mitu Monteiro, calling out of Cabo Verde, Santa Maria, 37 years of age, 80 kilos, 179 centimeters tall, and he is the vice world champion of 2019. F1 Manera since day one, surf sim film. Both of these boys mean business. This is one of the heats I've really been waiting for. James, he's all about the power, the height. He's one of the, he started off as a Rookie of the Year a couple years ago, and now he's pushing forward and taking the win in that first event. He means business. Mitu Monteiro, there isn't a disciplined heat competition or anything this guy has not been involved with, won or pushed. It's great to see him here involved with us. And small final, he's got to be happy battling it out for that third or fourth position. Looks like I can see both of my boys coming in onto the interview, so let's get right to it. James, good afternoon, mate.
Mate, good afternoon.
How's it going, dude? How you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling good. I guess it all comes down to this heat then, eh?
This is it. It's D-Day. It's a good way to have a nice Sunday afternoon, eh?
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad.
So, James, one of the things we were saying about there, you started off a few years back. I remember when you started the Rookie on Tour. And throughout the last couple of seasons, you've really matured as a rider, but most importantly, as a complete rider and ambassador. You were known for your surfing, and then suddenly Strapless came along, and now you're, fighting for positions in the top 5 worldwide. Tell me briefly how that journey has been.
I mean, yeah, it feels like it hasn't really been very long, to be honest. But there's been a lot of struggles, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Been fighting really hard to keep my level and beat all these boys I'm trying to compete against. It's definitely a struggle to always come to accomplish something, but it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
So also, James, this format of competition, it's nice. One of the things everybody's been saying, the community and the vibe and the family back underneath one roof. How has it been for you to compete against other people, but without them having in front of you? Must have been weird, good, not good, both ways, eh?
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't like it, to be honest. Didn't like it. It's just it was a real mind game, with yourself. It's trying to get yourself in the zone is really hard when when the vibes aren't there, when the people aren't there. No, as I said before, I really like to see my competitor. I like to look them in the eye and see what's happening. So for me, it was a change. It was different.
You like to see the white in their eyes, mate. The white in their eyes.
I love it.
Well, James, dude, I wish you the best of luck. Fortunately, you and I had a couple of days on the water not so long ago, and you almost landed on my head. Thanks for that. It was good to be here. Dude, I wish you the best of luck in this heat. Up against Mitu Monteiro. Give me a few words about that man.
Thank you. Me too. You're a legend, mate. It's good to have a heat against you again. All the best.
Well, good luck, James, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Let's see who takes that third position of the distance battle. Mr. Carew, he's amped. He likes to see the white in the eyes of his competitors. Different format out there, and he is up against none less and none least than this man coming onto my screen, Mitu Monteiro. Good afternoon, Mitu.
What's up, Joe? How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. Just travel. Sorry for my scenario, but I'm in the car, So yeah, I'm cool. Just traveling.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, Mitu. I mean, hey, dude, small final of the distance battle. We've already been seeing some good moves, and again, the boys, they're nervous when they compete against you, eh?
But they should not. Like James is always on fire, Like you never know what you're gonna do in the water, Because when you just go out, it show on, So a really big rider, So it's really nice to be there with them. Just put me a lot of motivation, and I'm so stoked to be here and compete with all these kids.
Yeah, no, it is really cool to see. I mean, one of the things that all of the guys are saying is when it comes to competitions, you're calm, but hey, you've been there so many different times, but the level is getting bigger and bigger, Amy. Too. It's where is this going to go next? We've seen you guys. You're going twice as high as last year. You're mixing different moves from different, let's say, categories of the sport. We've seen handle passes. The board offs from back in the day are starting to be joined in the strapless. It's a really interesting time to be involved with the sport.
Yeah, of course, Joe. I can see like many years I compete. Now you can see in some time, like in 1 month, there is some new tricks coming, and each rider training and in different part of the world, And this is nice. Then you push the level from each rider, and it's good because then like you have a lot different style, and they bring us something new from the tour, So this is really cool, and I'm so happy to be part of it because like this it put you some pressure and you're training a lot. If you just relax a little bit, you're gonna lose the train, So you need to be always there training, and if you want to be on the top, you need to be there, because if not, you're gonna stay.
Yeah, it's all about the dedication, but definitely with passion, which is what all of you guys and girls have. Me too. I wish you the best of luck. Big heat coming up. James Carew, Me Too Monteiro. Good luck out there, my friend, and I hope to see you in person, not digitally, very, very soon.
Thank you very much, Joe. See you, buddy.
Bye, bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there we have it, guys and girls. Me Too Monteiro there on your screen. One of the most complete riders. He's done it all. He's been it all. He is up against one of the pushing youngsters coming up through the ranks, James Carew. This is the small final of the GKA Distance 2020 Strapless Men coming at you.
Hey guys, James Carew here. We're here in a secret spot, south of Spain. It's like 25, 30 knots, riding my 10 meter, lit. It's gonna be good. Phew.
What's up guys? I'm in somewhere in the world, just filmed for GKA. So there is nice condition, 30 knots, and yeah, so you're gonna see in the movie what happened.
Okay, starting off with a bang. James Carew, left-hand side, looked like a back roll Kai loop and a double front roll shove it there for Me Too Monteiro. I'm going to say, James, it didn't look like he had as much yank as he did in the ones in the semi-final. Judges are going to take a little bit of a difference in the punctuation when it comes to that one, but you did see him get a good amount of height for that. Me Too Monteiro, big kite loop back roll. You can see getting that yank we were just talking about. Wow, these boys are starting off with a bang. James going up, 717. Kite loop back roll, Rodeo. Yeah, he just looked like he did send the kite a little later. Still, 717, big score. Me Too Monteiro, double front roll, shove it. Little stuck on the landing, but still another big score, 783. And here's this beauty of a kite loop. There's the yank, you can see. And to actually be performing that one hand, not using both hands to do the kite loop, judges are definitely going to take the difference there. James going for a big tic-tac rodeo, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like Me Too was trying a double tic-tac, but it did seem that James got the move there on the scorecards. And a huge bomb stomping. A toe side 5, there's this back roll, tic-tac, rodeo 693, good amount of height, loops the kite, comes down with ease and with power, going straight into this, boom! Look how hard he hits the tail of that board, 713, judges loving that move. Toe side 5 there for James, Me Too, 1, 2, double tic-tac, adding the flip, and coming down. I think that's one of the first times we've seen that technical maneuver from Me Too, and that is why the judges are giving him the mid-8s for that one. Man, these boys are keeping me busy. Just over 3 minutes on the clock and already killing it. Double front roll, adding the second with a rodeo, coming down with a landing. Mr. Monteiro is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. F1 rider from Cabo Verde, right-hand side of your screen. James Carew, toe side shove it. Oh! That is his signature move. He's one of the few people to do that, just not quite getting the landing he probably wanted for that one. Here's that double front roll rodeo from Me Too Monteiro. Super difficult and technical maneuver there. Difference in styles here. You can see James, he's got the power, he's got the height. Me Too has more the technicality, but coming off with the landings. 3 categories for both of the boys on the scorecards. Let's see, this is going to be close and down to the wire. It is the meridian of this heat. Toe side fire. Oh, there it is. That is the toe side shove it there from James Carew. A beauty of a move. Little bit of a butt check, but that is so difficult to do. Tic-tac rodeo on the outside with a back roll for Me Too. Look at the edge. Boom. Comes around. Whips it. Does get that 360, but completely submerges half of his back there. Judges deducting points. Back roll, tic-tac, rodeo, 577. Similar scores on those both moves. Looks like James wants it again. He's looking for that toe side. He knows that can make the difference. It is a big move. Double front roll, switching the feet up at the end there for Me Too. Adding another score there, 750. Great maneuver there from the Cape Verdean. Okay, so Me Too hitting all of the categories on the right-hand side of your screen. James perfectly landed toe side, shove it free there. Look at this, whips it, then whips the board. I'm dizzy already. 867 for that maneuver. It is so close in between these guys. Where's a calculator when you need it? Just coming up on 1 minute left of this heat. It is going to be down to the wire between these two. James coming from Duotone out of Australia. On the left-hand side of your screen, we have Me Too Monteiro, the F1 rider from Cabo Verde. Both of the boys keeping it busy. They've already hit all of the categories. Now it's time to improve those scores. Going up for a big back loop rodeo flip, looping the kite and keeping it together. That is a big move for James. Getting the height, 660 on the board. Will that improve over his back roll rotation score? Okay, no, still a big number up there. Me Too just losing the board out of his fingers there. That's that new magnet from F1. Very nice board, and we can see the pro whip there from James on the left-hand side. Both of these boys, two of the biggest names in the brands and in the world so far. James grabbing the height. Love how he hits that tic-tac rotation, starting it with his feet. Comes round, 10 seconds left on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the small final of the men. Look at that beauty. Off across the dice, Yemen Musa in the background of the Straits of Gibraltar. Whoa, I'm almost out of breath. What a way to start off the small final of the men. Me Too Monteiro, a little bit more technical, getting the height and adding versatility and different kind of maneuvers. James Carew, power and height and dedication to a lot. The commitment in some of his moves. So close in between these guys. Before we say the results, let's see the moves that impress the judges the most with these highlights. James Carew starting off with this big back loop, kite loop rodeo. Just threw the kite a little later than we've seen before, so didn't quite get the yank he normally does. Judges deducting a little bit for that one. Still big score, 717. Here's this back loop tic-tac rodeo. Gets the height going across the straights there. You can love how he hits the feet. Grabs the bar again, adding the rodeo, looping the kite to get that power. Pretty much textbook when it comes to that, 693. This is such a nice maneuver. 3, 2, 1, and this is how you stomp a trick, ladies and gentlemen. The power he comes down with those fins. That's why the judges have given him such a high score for that maneuver. And this is that toe side free shove it, switching it up. One of the hardest moves out there today, getting the high 867 for that one. Me Too Monteiro starting off the heat with a bang. Double front roll shove it for him. How he just hits the board, stops a little bit on the landing, getting a little bit less points. If not, I would have reckoned maybe that would have gone to the 8. Still 787, big score. Me Too here. There's the yank. Look how he gets pulled and the board keeps together. So much style, and doing that one-handed, that is a huge maneuver there for the Cape Verdean. 757. Double back roll. But back roll, double tic-tac flip. I'm out of breath already. 843, one of the first times we've seen that, looping the kite to keep the landing there. 843. And double front roll, switching the feet up there, mixing it up again. Me Too, he was one of the first guys to be doing those switch feet when it was back in the day of the front rolls. And that is a big maneuver there for him. Wow, I'm going to have to get the calculator out if we're going to want to know the numbers between these two. Power versus experience, versatility versus flair. Who is going to take the win? Let's have a look at the scorecards because it is going to be close. And taking the win of the small final here, we have Pedro Matos going up against James Carew, taking the win. First place, he has a 31.30 total. That is a huge score. 783, 757, 843 and a 750. James Carew very close behind him there with a 29.90 total average. 717, 693, 713 and a huge 860 for that toe side shove it free. What incredible riding from both of these guys. Once again, pushing the limits out there. Conditions were hard. They are going toe for toe, pound for pound, punch for punch. But hey, you know, the small final of the GKA distance battle, we didn't expect anything less than that. But coming onto my screen, in third position in the general ranking, the winner of the small final, Pedro Matos. Pedro, congratulations. I can see the man on my screen. Congratulations there, Pedro. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello, Joe. I cannot believe it, you know, like I passed my heat with James because I saw him. It was in fire always. But yeah, it's nice to, you know, like to pass my heat. I'm so stoked.
Man, that was a huge repertoire of tricks out there. Really good riding, Pedro, especially one of the things, I think it's the first time we've seen it, that back row double tic-tac flip. That's some Cirque du Soleil stuff, eh?
Yeah, it was hard, you know, because the wind was so gusty down there. And also sometimes strong, so the board just fly everywhere. But yeah, I just try it and just come on this time. So like I told you before, it was hard, you know, like to control like in 5 minutes to do all these tricks. But yeah, I managed to do all these tricks, so I'm happy. But congrats, James, you do a good job.
Absolutely. I mean, I can imagine you're happy going up against James Carew. That's no easy heat to go up against. And he had a very good heat as well. I think the difference, Pedro, was you had a little bit more of technical difficulty and a little bit more variety. And that big that back row double tic-tac, that 8.0 something that you had, I think marked the difference. But no, a big congratulations, my friend. Third position GKA distance battle. Double shackers, man.
Thank you, Joe. See you, man. Congrats for all the riders.
Okay, big saludos to the family, and thank you very much, Pedro. Looked after yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Pedro Matos, third position, advancing over James Carew in that small final. And what a small final it was. Both of the boys, as I mentioned before, punch for punch, move for move, pound for pound. But it was Mr. Matos coming up with the win, and a big congratulations to James. I know he's going to be happy. He put on the performance, Pedro just edging past him. What a way to start off the day. What a way to start off the men's elimination. But before we go and continue over to the finals, we're going to go through to a short commercial break. Welcome back, everybody. Now it is the time we've been waiting for. It is Sunday afternoon, and it is the final of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. I'm Josie Asher, and it is so cool to have the family back together. All the riders, everybody involved, back underneath one roof. And just, you know, with the situation at hand, it's great to start to have competition and events coming up on the horizon. Okay, so coming up next, we have the main final of the ladies, going in between Camille Delano and Michaeli Sol. But before we get into that, let's have a look at the path they have to do to get to that heat. As we can see, Camille, she overtook Charlotte Carpentier in that semi-final heat. giving her a place in that winners final. She is the only girl to get that 10-point score with a beauty of a double front roll in that semi-final heat. Then Michaeli Sol overtaking our current world champion Carlo Herrera, and she is going up against Kapuzin in the next heat. Both of these girls are such young talents. Let's have a look at their individual profiles up on the screen right now. As you can see, Capucine Delano coming from France. She is 14 years of age, 59 kilos, 170, hailing out of Praia, Brazil, the playground of Strapless Freestyle. 9th last season, she is sponsored by F1 Maneira, Praia Beach Village, and Hain. Then we have Michaeli Sol. She is Brazilian, our current twin tip freestyle world champion 2019 and 18 seasons. 15 years of age, 58 kilos, 168 centimeters high, sponsored by Duotone Iron and Vivida. Both of these girls know what it is to be in a very final and in a heat. They've been bouncing off against each other in Praia while recording this. We saw them competing in the Praia event in November last season. What are we going to have in the water very soon? But before we get to the action, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can see the interview light coming on. Kapuzin, good afternoon.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Kapuzin, how are you?
I'm fine. There's wind, sun. It's perfect.
Wind and sun. I don't like you now, huh? So it looks like, are you still in the south or have you gone back home?
I'm back home. I'm at Praia Beach Villas in Praia, my home spot.
It looks really nice. I mean, Capucine, you're very lucky to have your Praia Beach Village, which is the posada you guys have down there, right in front of what we have come to call the playground of Strapless Freestyle. It's not a bad place to call home, eh?
Yeah, I think it's the best place to train freestyle strapless. It's like, it's perfect. There's wind from 10 to 6 and you can ride the whole day and it's really good.
Now I can understand why you made it through to the final. Capucine, tell me, how does it feel to be in the final of this event? But hey, you're going up against Michaeli Sol that you actually probably kited together quite a lot in Praia. Tell me your feelings. How are the nerves? How's the energy?
Well, that's really sick. I'm a bit anxious, but I'm so happy to be here and made it here. I trained a lot for it and I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, with Mika we was training together in Praia not a long time ago. Every time that she come here we train together. And yeah, I'm so excited.
Well, I like the smile. I can see the teeth from left to right on your face. I wish you the best of luck, and let's see what new maneuvers I'm going to see in this final, because so far you are the only competitor to get a 10-point. Will we see another one in the final? Let's find out.
Let's see, I hope so. See you.
Okay, thank you very much, Capucine. Good luck, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Well, there we have Capucine there. She is ready. She's got the smile. She knows the moves. Praia is the playground of Strapless, and she is up against this lady coming onto my screen now, Michaeli Sol. Good afternoon, Mika.
Hey, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm very well, and how about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. Just came back from Kauipi, and yeah, hopefully the wind's going to be pumping here in front so I can go for a session later.
Very nice. So, Mika, how's it feel to be in a final? You're a world champion. You know what it is to be in these kind of situations. But a new discipline. This will be the second final for you in this discipline, eh?
Oh, it feels great. You know, I haven't really been training strapless this year. I mainly just went there for maybe like a week, or not even a week, just 3 days, just so that I can just film it. I took like a really big like gap break, like maybe like 4 months of no kiting, no water, no contact with the sport. I was just like, okay, I need a break. So after that, it's kind of what happened. So let's see what happens.
Sometimes it's necessary. I mean, especially, you know, you guys and girls, you travel so much throughout all of the year, and naturally to have a, let's say, a obligated break. Sometimes, you know, I know a lot of athletes have done the same as you. Is that just so you can regain motivation and get your head back into the game again?
I think after last year, traveling so much, kind of the whole year, I just really needed that break. It felt really good when I went back on the water. Maybe it was a bit like of a bumpy start, but you know how it always is. It takes time to get your stuff back, your tricks, but after you do, you just come back stronger.
Well, there we have. Let's see. You definitely look like you've come back stronger looking at your performance in the competition so far. Mika, a big saludos to the family. I wish you the best of luck. And let's see how this final comes out going up against Kapuzin.
Joe.
Thanks. Bye, Mika.
Bye.
Well, there we have it, Mikaeli. So, 15 years of age. She is our current World Twin Tip Champion, 2018, 2019. Been in finals before. This would be the second final for her on the Strapless Freestyle discipline, up against Carpentier Delano. This is the day. It is D-Day. Women's Strapless Final GKA Distance Battle 2020 on your screen.
Hello, I'm Camille Delano. If you're watching this, that I passed my quarterfinal 8, so I'm currently in final. I'm still in Pra, Brazil, at my home spot. And there's 20-25 knots, and I'm going in the water with my 6 meter and my mania.
Hey guys, it's Mika. I just wanted to say I just finished filming the GKA Distance Battle for Strapless. I'm here in Praia at my hotel, Vila Bela Vista, Praia, and the wind was pumping today. I was on my 7 meter Neo, and yeah, I got some sick shots. Hopefully you guys will like it.
Well, there we have both of the girls. On the right, Mikaeli. So on the left, Carpentier Delano. Mika starting off with a big front row. Looked like she was trying to get the board off in that one, but not detaching the feet enough for that to count as that front board off. So there we can see front row, nice and extension. Here we can see she's trying to go for that grab because that way it would add to that board off rodeo family. But the judges not detaching the feet enough there. That will be front row. 723 on the cards there for her. And then it looked like Kapuzin started off with a bomb again. Signature double front row. Look how she just crouches like a tiger. 975 there. The F1 rider hailing out of France, living in Praia. What a beautiful way to start off a heat for both of these girls. 723, 975. Looks like Mika going for another front row. Huge back row, no grab rotation for Kapuzin. Just not coming off with the landing. Here's that another big front row, improving on that score if I'm not mistaken. 750 on the cards. Kapuzin, she got the height. Look how she just puts the board against 2 hands, sheets out the kite so she keeps her board towards her. Just unfortunately a big crash there for her. Let's see if she can make that maneuver. That would be a very big score. Already a minute of this heat gone for both of these ladies, keeping themselves busy. It does look like Kapuzin, nice little bit of a chop, a nice kicker there. What has she got for us? There's a big wave out the back, going back roll. Perfectly landed, no grab. The judges are going to like that. That is so technical to do. And seeing her, let's see the score. There we go, 683. No grab on that back roll rotation, keeping the board, utilizing the wind to make sure it sticks to her feet. Great maneuver there for the young French lady. Let's see, Mika going to be answering back, going off. Both of these guys, both of these girls riding in the beautiful location of Pereira. It is the strapless heaven, the playground of the strapless freestyle. Mika coming off again, back roll, board off, just dragging the foot a little bit there, still getting that, he's gonna count, getting it onto the scorecards. Kapuzin going for another move, 1 foot back roll, nice, just so you know, adding difficulty there to that back roll rotation she had. Here we can see Mikaeli, 450 for that back row rotation. It definitely looks windy out there. Look at the white caps over the back. 717, there's the extension. Wha-bang! Bruce Lee style there from the young French lady, 717. Both of the girls, where we have Kapuzin 3 categories. Mika touching 2. Kapuzin in the lead so far. A little bit of an air there. Unfortunately, just coming down with a bit of a butt check. Let's see how the judges score that one. 2.0, obviously deducting points there for the little sketchy landing. Still, another category on the boards for her. So she's touched the 4 categories. Now she's going to be wanting to improve that score to see what happens. Mikaeli So on the right-hand side of your screen. Just under 2 minutes left. Going big air. Oh, unfortunately missing the landing on that one. Kapuzin looks like she wants to get a bit of a better score. She's got a 2.0. Now let's see if she can increase that. Ball was a little bit too flat and just landed on top of a chop there as it looked for. Unfortunately, because that was a nice size there for her. Okay, Mikaeli, she looks like she's crouching here. Maybe she's going to be going for that one big move. Kapuzin getting, better landing there for her. Let's see how the judges are going to score that one. Mika got a good amount of speed. Okay, huge air. Really nice control of the board there from the young Brazilian. 327 for Kapuzin, getting the height, coming down. Quite a little bit high, but still judges scoring it well. This is the difference in between the airs. You can see Mika putting the board against the wind and landing with equal amount of speed as she left off. That's what marks the difference in between the two. So 4 categories to 3. Mika's going to have to add a category if she wants to go and take the win from Kapuzin so far. Closing seconds of the heat, just under 1 minute of this final of the Strapless Female. As we can see, left-hand side, we've got Kapuzin. Right-hand side, Michaeli Sol. Both of the girls going like a bat out of hell. They're going to go for one more attempt. It does look like it is that right foot forward, utilizing the chop, the kicker, the little wave, depending on the size, to get those moves. It is probably going to be the final move of the heat. What have the girls got for us? Michaeli going front roll. Show it. Can she land it? Oh, so close. We have not seen one of those landing in competition so far. Gets the front roll, got the board around, just looked like it got caught up by the fins. That was so close. That would have been a big move. I'm going to dare to say if she landed that, that would have been in the high 9s to 10 category. Back roll on the outside there from Kapuzin. Going to have to get the calculator out. Whoa. Both of these girls, new moves. We saw a front shove it there, attempt from Mika. Going high, they're in the same location. They have the power. 14 years of age, 15 years of age. These are the young talents we have on tour at the moment, and they are pushing the level. But before we go to the scorecards, let's take a look at the numbers of the different moves with these highlights. Here we can see that 975. Look how she just kicks the rotation. There is dedication in that move. Double front roll, only girl to do that so far. 975 on the cards. There's this big back roll, no grab. Look how she uses the wind, makes sure the board keeps and gets her body underneath her, sheeting the kite out. Such a technical maneuver. Adding it up in little Bruce Lee style there. Kung Fu Panda, 717 for that back roll, 1 foot. And here we have the big front roll there from Michaeli Sol, just dragging the foot. Same entry and exit speed. This makes so much difference. That's why she's getting those high points. Back roll board off there for Michaeli Sol. Nice landing there for her. And here we can see this air, just crouching and putting the board into the wind. Good afternoon, everybody. I am here, 4:37 on the cards. Well, we expected nothing less than what we just saw for the strapless women's final. What a way to end off the strapless discipline here for the GKA Distance Battle 2020. Let's have a look. It was very close in between these girls. Let's go to those scorecards to see who is going to be crowned our champion. And it is Camille Delano. Congratulations to the young French lady. 27.02 total. 975, that double front roll is as good as it gets. 683, 717, and a 327. Michaeli Sol coming off with a 16.37, just not being able to touch that last category. We saw her trying to get that front roll board off, but not detaching the board enough for it to count in that category. Still, solid performance for her. If she had landed that front roll shove it, we would be very, very close in between these ladies. A big congratulations to Mika. What a performance. But it is our winner, our champion, the queen of the GKA Distance Battle 2020 Women's Strapless, is this girl on my stream. Kapuzin, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you feeling? I can see the smile. All I can see is white on your face. I know you're happy.
I'm so happy. Like, I trained a lot for this and I keep on training, but I'm so happy to be able to win this event, and well, it is really, really sick.
No, congratulations, Kapuzin. We can really see you have put in the hours and the dedication in the off-season. Now, 14 years of age, you are pushing some of the biggest moves we've seen in the women's strapless discipline so far. What's next?
Well, Camille wants me to do a triple front roll, and my dad said, yeah, why not to try it? So I'll work on it.
Wow, sky is the limit, Capucine, and incredible. The progression you've had over the last year. What has been a determining factor for you? Because we've seen a lot of riders, you know, they progress, then they plateau, and then progress again. What has it been with the situation at hand? How have you really, the level you've gone from A to B? And for me, the most important thing is how calm you are in a competition now. That wasn't there before.
Well, for the training, like, I'm sorry I didn't understand your question. Can you ask it again?
One of the things I've noticed, Capucine, is you are very relaxed. You can see you have a lot of confidence in yourself now. You can really see you go on the water and you're not missing moves. You're going through them. You know what to do. You've got the big maneuvers. We're going to see good things of you, eh?
Yeah, well, it was really cool to be training here, and yeah, like being my dad was on the beach, so it was more relaxed, and the tricks, like, it was cool.
Wow, it is a kiting family up there. One more time, Capucine. Thank you very much for being in part of this event.
Thank you very much, and a big
you are the champion of the GKA distance battle. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I will see you very soon. Goodbye, Capucine.
Ciao, goodbye.
Well, there we have it. That is the girl with the smile. She is the winner, 14 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. Double front rolls. She's just taken the win of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. F1 rider from France, Camille Delano. Incredible to see how the youth movement out there and how the girls are pushing it on all the different disciplines. It's so cool to see. Before we go to a short commercial break, let's have a look at the overview of the distance battle for the ladies. We can see it. Camille Delano, she is our champion coming out of France. Michaeli Sol from Brazil. Then we have Charlotte Carpentier in third position from France. And our current world champion, Carlo Herrera, in fourth position. These are the names to watch out for. These are the girls that are going to be surprising us. It's been so cool to be involved here in the GKA distance battle. What a way these girls have improved on the strapless discipline. Girls power if I've ever seen it. Amazing riding. Stay with us because we have now the big men's final coming up. But before we do so, we're going to take a short break with this commercial.
Since 2001, our mission is to make the best kiteboarding equipment to guarantee that every kite session is the best. ClickBar, TechStream, or Trinity Techs are just some of the many groundbreaking innovations we have created. This season, we proudly introduce strong, light, and superior products. SLS. SLS products are equipped with the newest, most innovative, and simply best materials available for kiteboarding, tuned to the millimeter over countless hours. This is our magic collection, which makes you smile. It's time for SLS.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the day. Sunday afternoon, we are coming now to the men's discipline. It is the final. We have Pedro Matos versus Camille Delano, strapless final of the GKA Distance Battle 2020. But before we go into the action and probably see some of the most innovation moves today, let's have a look at that elimination ladder and see which was the road that took them to this final. Okay, here we can see Camille Delano. He had to take over Jean-Marcos Rivera to start off in the quarterfinals. Then he had a very tough heat up against James Carew, coming off with the win, aiming and gaining himself that position in the winners' final. Pedro Matos, he was up against the youngster Kiko Roy from Spain in his first heat. Then he had a very big heat there up against Mito Monteiro for the semis, gaining that position and going in to see who can battle between Mr. Delano and Pedro Matos. Both of these boys, they love competing up against each other. Strapless freestyle, when it comes to these two, we are going to see some of the biggest moves out there. Let's have a look at their individual stats before the heat. Okay, Camille Delano, he comes from France. He lives in Playa, Brazil, 21 years of age, 80 kilos, 180 centimeters tall. He is the runner-up of the Playa event in Brazil for 2 consecutive years. His best result was 5th overall on the Tour of 2018. New member to Northern Mystic team, AFD Tech and Hain. He is one of the pushers and one of the movers and the shakers of this discipline. Pedro Matos coming from Brazil. He's known as the surfer freestyler out there. Hometown of Rio de Janeiro, 22 years of age, 83 kilos, 184 centimeters tall. His best result is 5th overall on last year's season. Duotone Iron, Autobomb, MFC and BR Kai to his sponsors. Pedro has improved so much over the last season. It's insane to see. You look at this guy on the wave and he is WCT quality surfing. Got into the strapless discipline. It was didn't like it in the beginning, but man, has he improved. And here we can see it into the final up against Camille Delano. But before we get into the action, I can see my little interview booth light going on. Camille, good afternoon. Hi, Camille. I just can't hear you there. Maybe it's on mute.
Yeah, that was mute.
Good afternoon, Camille. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm very well, dude. It looks like I just talking to your sister. How happy are you for her?
Yeah, I'm super stoked, man. Like, that was a tough hit against Mika for sure. She's really good in Strapless Freestyle, so yeah, that was really hard. And yeah, I'm really proud of her. And yeah, she's got some really high scores. So yeah, I hope I do the same thing.
So, Camille, now it's your time. Final of the GKA distance battle. Both of you guys recorded the videos in Playa in similar conditions. One of the things we've been seeing with you throughout the heats is you have the consistency and you have 3 or 4 big moves on lockdown. What was the difference for your final heat? Where did you add that little secret sauce?
I don't know, actually. I'm trying to do my best in every heat, you know. If it's a quarterfinal, semi-final, or final, I'm not really thinking about what heat it is, you know. In every heat, I'm trying to score as much points as possible because you never know what it's going to do. So I don't really think if it's a quarter, semi, or final. I'm just going to try to make as much points as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, now these days when it gets to the top heats, there is no easy heat out there. All of you guys are really pushing the level. One of the things with you, Camille, you are one of the guys really pushing the envelope. You're getting new moves. You're adding different things into the sport. Where do you get your inspiration?
Well, spending a lot of time on the water, I guess. I'm trying to look into other sports, but it's pretty hard, you know, like skateboarding. I watch a lot of skateboarding videos. I think it's pretty cool, and what we do is, it's not similar, but we can get some ideas from skateboarding. And yeah, just spending a lot of time on the water, training a lot. I think all the guys from the Strapless Freestyle are pushing a lot and are progressing. And yeah, not stopping to train and to progress and bringing new moves. So I have to do the same if I want to stay all at the top, I guess.
It definitely looks like you guys are pushing it out there, and I am really looking forward to see this final. Close battle this is going to be. I know it's going to come down to the wire in between you and Pedro Matos. Camille, the best of luck to you, and I hope to see you very soon.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye, Camille. Well, there we have Mr. Delano, Camille Delano. Like I said before, he is one of the movers and the shakers of the strapless discipline, putting in some of the best quality and highest score points so far in the competition. But he has got no easy feat, and I know the man coming onto my screen now to take the win away from him. Let's see if he can do it. Pedro Matos, good afternoon.
Hey, Joe, how is everything? You good?
I'm very good, dude. Liking the t-shirt, tie-dye. That's old school.
You know, just putting, it's inverse. Just putting some style on my t-shirts.
Very nice, dude. Pedro, how are you feeling? First, congratulations to making it to the final of the distance battle. The progression you've had after the last 6 months, I take my hat off to you, my friend. Insane.
Yeah, thanks, man. yeah, I've been improving a lot and I've been training a lot. Sometimes I've been exhausted of training like so hard, but I think you can get to the top if you don't do that, right? So yeah, I've been training a lot and I'm so stoked with my result. Like my first final on a strapless competition. I know it's not a true it is a true competition, but it's not like a competition that you feel like
Different.
the pressure and everything. But I guess this type of competition you go there and do your best. Like maybe I would not be able to do those tricks on a normal competition that I'm doing right now. So I think that's the point right now. Do what I'm doing now on like a real competition.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems. I mean, you saw your quarter and semi-final heats. There are some big moves. One of the things that a lot of people have been saying about you, and especially looking at that, you add an element of surfing style. Tell me a little bit about the history, because we know you do come from surfing, but we can see it, for example, with your toe side threes or fives or sevens. It really does look like air reverses from surfing. Do you take that into account?
Yeah, of course. I surfed since I was 3 years old. My dad used to push me on some ways, and then I started like liking so much the sport. I was like falling in love with the sport, and then I started doing kite surfing when I was 12. And I never wanted to be like a pro kite surfer or a pro surfer. I never competed in surfing. I was just like free surfer, just doing for the love. And and one day it was me, my father, because my father he's a world champion hang glider, and my sister she's a world champion jiu-jitsu world champion. And then I look at my father and said, "Hey, maybe imagine like if I get a world championship in kite surfing, like you in hang glider and my sister in jiu-jitsu, like would be so sick." And then like was at this
Sounds like
point
a
that we were
legacy,
like,
eh?
okay, let's do this, you know. And I guess
No,
my
it's
my
definitely. I
background
think
from
it's super.
surfing
I
helps me a
mean,
lot. Yeah, helps me a
I
lot
was
with
just gonna
my
say
progression.
it's
Strapless,
super
sorry.
important. Like I know your father. He always pushes you. He has the vibes, and you can see. I think it's super important to have a family behind you, and a family like yours with world champions in the mix. Sounds like a legacy.
Yeah, yeah, it helps a lot. He always push me to go harder and to do better things. Like he's actually sometimes very critical. Sometimes I'm doing like, okay, Dad, look this maneuver, look this trick. I'm doing like a toe side seven, and he's like, yeah, it's okay, but I think I can do better like this. And I say, okay, and he's always saying me to go better, and I think that helps me a lot. And now with my trainer out as well, Leo, and he was also a professional surfer, and he's helping me a lot, like with my trainings.
I think it's important. You got to put the hours on and off the water. The family helps. It looks like you got a very good team behind you. Pedro, I look very much forward to seeing the heat coming up next. I know it's going to be a big one in between. Dude, bosos, and I will see you very soon, eh?
Thanks, Joe. You.
Bye, Pedro. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the gladiators. These are the boys that are going to battle it out. Both of them recorded in prayer. We're going to see in similar conditions. Pedro Matos, Camille Delano. This is the final of the GK Distance Battle 2020. Strapless men on your screen right now.
Hi guys, it's Camille Delano. I'm about to hit the water for the heat 3 of the GKA Distance Battle. I'm really stoked to have won the 2 first heats, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good one for the final. The wind is about 25 knots, going out on my 9 meters from North Skateboarding car. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy the final.
Hey guys, Pedro Matos from Brazil. I'm here in Herrera, going for the final heat. Today is about 30 knots. I'm going my 8-meter kite, and I think will be a good day to do a good heat. Let's do it. Pew!
Well, it is a good day to do a good heat. Starting off, we have Pedro Matos, big kite loop rodeo. Nice, sweet landing, looping the kite down. That's going to be a good score for him. Looks like Camille Delano starting off with that double front roll shove it. Big butt check there at the end. Okay, 797 there for that kite loop rodeo from Pedro Matos. And yet we can see there's the deduction for those points. Completely submerges his back in there. That's going to be at least half point. Still starting to get the category up. Anything can happen. Early days in the heat. 4.5 minutes on the clock. Let's see. This is the final of the GKA Distance Battle 2020 Men's Strapless Division. Very nice back roll tic-tac there from Mr. Matos. You can see how he got the loop at the end of that rotation. Judges really liking when they get that loop with speed and determination. 690 on the score. Got caught up a little bit on the tic-tac there. A little bit of a deduction still. Another category, another score, 690. And Camille going for that big triple front roll. Just unfortunately the board going away from him. A little bit of a rough start here for the Frenchman, but anything can happen. This is the final. These are the guys making the mark. Pedro going up, back roll. Oh, over rotating. Landing fin first. Can he pull it off? Yes, he does. Back roll 5 there. Interesting way of landing maneuver. And Camille, a huge triple front roll. Let's have a look. 613 there. Nice and stylish. Gets the grab. Looks like he over-rotated a little bit. Lands fin first. Takes a little bit of a time. And then spins it out. Great maneuver there from the Brazilian. 1, 2, 3. I'm dizzy already. Lands with a good amount of speed. It don't get much better than that. 970 there for Camille. Putting himself back in contention. Very close in between them. It looks like a 13-ish against 12-ish points. Pedro, if my calculations aren't wrong, just slight bit of a lead, but Camille's going out like a bat out of hell. 1, 2, gets the board. Oh, unfortunately misses the board there on that rotation, and Pedro also taking a crash. If you're going to put out the new moves, if you're going to put out all the weapons of the arsenal of destruction both of these boys have, it's going to be now. This is the final. It's do or die. There is no pain without any gain. Let's see who can get the win here. Very close in between these two riders. On the left, you have the Frenchman, Camille Delano, North kiteboarding rider. And on the right, we have the duotone rider, Pedro Matos, coming out of Brazil. Left foot forward, coming towards us. We've seen him doing a maneuver. There's the board. 1, 2, beauty. Show it. He does get it. Double front roll. Shove it with a claim. This is dangerous. When Pedro gets this smirk, the smile, this is when the score starts to come in. 943, a little bit of a stick on the landing, but that is such a difficult move. Huge there from Pedro Matos. Toe side, will we see a 5 or a 7? 1 rotation, 2 rotation, keeps it together. Yes, he does. Toe side 7 there from Pedro Matos. 750, talk about throw some bombs down. Camille's got his work cut out. 1, 2, beauty, he's gone up. Nice rotation, big tic-tac. Double front roll tic-tac there from Camille, looping the kite. And it looks like Pedro Matos just lost his board there. 813, that's a big move. This is one of the ones that's going to make the difference. This could mean it all. It's all about putting all the bacon on the barbie. Let's see who can take the win here. Going for that back roll, rodeo tic-tac. Just getting caught off with the little loop of the kite there. Very close in between these two riders. Camille 3 categories, Pedro 4. Going for a loop, comes round, loses. Looks like he didn't get the guts that he wanted. Wasn't get the height that we saw in the semi-finals. Still, he's got a 3, a 9, and an 8. Pedro has a 7, a 6, a 9, and a 7. This is going to be close. Coming up on the final minute of the heat, the final minute of action on the strapless discipline here in the beautiful location of the distance battle. We have both of the boys in play. A big commitment. The judges are going to like that one. Back roll, rodeo, kite loop. Pedro Matos tic-tacking away, and that's the loop. Lands equal entry to exit speed. The judges are going to be scoring that one very nicely. It looks like a toe side 3 on the outside. Commitment. This is what we can see in this loop. He gets yanked, and this is this back roll tic-tac. Nice and controlled. A little bit more fluid rotation. Not as high as the first one. Still a nice maneuver there from the young Brazilian. Going up again. Back roll, rodeo, flip. Can he get the landing? Oh, came down with a little bit too much speed there. Final seconds of the heat. It looks like Camille is on the left-hand side coming towards us. Are we going to see a move? We haven't seen him do something left foot forward so far. Pedro going out. Final seconds of the heat. What a way to finish this off. Wow, we knew it was going to be action-packed. Both of these boys, Camille Delano, Pedro Matos, throwing it down. We've seen triples. We've seen some very big moves. But before we go to the scorecards, let's see the ones that impressed the judges the most with these recording of the highlights. Okay, here's that double front roll shove it. Just getting a big back butt check there, unfortunately, there for Camille Delano. So, yeah, that would have been a huge move for him. Just a 383 for that. Pretty much half points, I'd say, on that maneuver. That's a big one. This is the triple front roll. It doesn't get much better than this. Look how he whips his body around to initiate that rotation. That is a 1080 rotation, 970. I think that's one of the biggest scores we've seen so far in the competition. Double front roll tic-tac. Signature move there from Camille. Whips the board around. Initiates it with his foot. Grabs the board. Looping the kite around. Left, right, and center. So much control. So much travel. Big move. 813. Kite loop back roll rodeo. Swings it around. Gets the yank of the beautiful winds of the coastline of Preá in Brazil. And here we can see Pedro Matos starting off. This is the initiator of that big kite loop rodeo. Gets a yanks, now there's that heli loops, lands with an equal amount of speed and style, 797. Back roll tic-tac coming at you. He comes around, gets a little caught up on the tic-tac, didn't quite get the rotation he wanted. Still, there's the loop, equal amount of speed, very nice and stylish. You can see the surfside now. This is, for me, is the best move of the heat. One rotation, look at that, that's pure surfing there. Whips it around, double front roll, shove it. That is insane. With a claim at the end, don't get much better. And then this is one of his signature moves, this toe side 7 rotation. How he keeps this together is beyond me. So you can really see the athleticism there from him. Wow, that was the action. Those were the moves that made the mark. It is going to be so close in between these boys. We've had Camille Delano and Pedro Matos. These were our finalists. Who is going to be crowned champion? Let's take a look at the scorecards because I had the calculator out. And the winner is Pedro Matos from Brazil, totaling out at a 31.80 total points. That was insane. For me, the double front roll shove it doesn't get much better than that. Camille Delano so close behind him. Less than a point and a bit in between both of these guys. Putting it all on the line, we can see 29.5. He got a 383. That was unfortunately that double front roll shove it just with a bit of a butt check. The triple, as good as it gets, 970. 813 and 783. But it is Pedro Matos who edges past the young Frenchman. And he is going to be crowned our champion coming all the way from Brazil. What a performance from him. Well, there we saw the scores, there we saw the numbers, and it is the young Brazilian coming in onto my screen, left, front, and center, Pedro Matos. Felicitaciones.
I have no words, man. Jesus. Like, that's not for me. My heart, I can't do it anymore. Can't do it, you know? Just having my water here, you know?
Congratulations, Pedro. That was amazing. Hey! Having the family, the trainer, the boys. Parabéns, Pedro. Parabéns. Congratulations. You deserve it. These are the vibes you want to see. This is what it means. Pedro, there's the maestro himself. That is the guy that pushes you every day. Dude, congratulations. Champion of the GKA Distance Battle 2020.
Thanks, man.
How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I have no words. I want to first thank God for all the love and all the patience with myself. You know, I never... Like, just believe it. Like, I think you need to believe your dreams. You need to go for it. And, like, that's it's a dream for me. Like, winning a competition of strapless, I always dream about it. And I always, like, look for it. And, like, man, I'm so happy right now. I can't even talk. Sorry.
That's what I want to see, my friend. I want you to do two things. I want you to go and celebrate very, very hard because all of the work you've put into it, you deserve it. And number two, I want you to have a beer for me in that celebration.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks very much. You can't believe how stoked I am, man. Jesus.
Wow, Pedro, a big congratulations.
Pays off,
Insane,
man. Pays
insane.
off.
A big congratulations from the GKA family. I know all of the guys back at the Duotone headquarters are going to be very happy. I know Philip has been rooting for you. One more time, dude. Congratulations. You are our 2020 GKA's Distance Battle Champion. On your screen, Mr. Pedro Matos. Yee!
Let's go! Ah!
Wow, there we have, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we wanted to see. This is the Stoke. These are the vibes. This is the emotion, the family behind it, the community. This man on my screen with champagne in his head. He is our champion, and what a way to end off the competition. Pedro, look after yourself, my friend, and I hope to see you very soon.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody, for the love. You guys are amazing. You.
Right, there we have our winner, our champion, Pedro Matos, coming out of Brazil. The improvement this guy has had over the last season is insane, and he is going to be a force to be reckoned with because he is one of the most complete riders out there on tour, dominating here at the competition. A very close final there together with Camille Delano, but coming off with the win. And there you have the family, the Stoke. This is the reason we do these things. That emotion, that family, that community. This is what the GKA is about, and it is so cool to be back involved. Well, that comes to the end of the strapless discipline, but we have more fun, action, and style coming at you because starting off on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we are going to be moving over to the twin tip freestyle. Let's have a look at the action to come as we have the elimination ladder of the men and the ladies coming up. Okay, here we have it. This is the action coming at you. The GK Distance Battle 2020 Twin Tip Freestyle. We have Liam Whaley, we have Manuel Suarez, we have Mr. Chavlot, we have Ana Musa Misa, we have Gilbert, we have Rodriguez, we have Corniel, and we have Gourdofed. All of these guys are serious warriors when it comes on the freestyle side. They have been throwing down all of the boys again. They've had times to record their best heat where they have to do all of their moves, where they can see who will go through to the next round. Same rules go. There's different categories that they have to hit, and here are beautiful ladies also that have been battling it out. We have Paula, we have Pippa, we have Paula, we have Mika, and we have Rita. All of these girls are be going very, very, very good. Very hard riding out there, and what a way to end off the competition. So before we close out, let's see the end results of the elimination of the men of the strapless. These are our champion. These are the guys that have made the mark. Here we have Pedro Matos is our champion, our winner coming from Brazil. Camille Delano second. We have Mitu Monteiro in third. James Carew in fourth. And then we have Kiko Torres, Willow Tonking, Pedro Afonso, and Jan Marcos Rivera. The difference from the 5th to the 8th position is the sum of their total heat scores. That is what has marked the difference in between all of them. More action coming at you on Tuesday. We have moving over to the twin tip freestyle. We've seen the Warriors. We've seen the Gladiators. We are going to be back in the Coliseum of the GK Distance Battle 2020. I'm Josie Ashler. It's been a pleasure presenting the strapless discipline to you, and I can't wait to get over to the freestyle. Take care, everybody, and good night.